Hello and welcome back. In last lectures, we already made our application and hooks our interface, and we test the first interface with our table view with 10 rows, and the text is $. And now our mission in this lecture is code this, and we will get this data and put it to our table. Okay. And as you can see here, first of all, we will have to insert the image of currency in here, and we will have to put the name in each row in here. You can see with our data on the web side here, you can see we will insert currency name. For example, we insert Australia dollar to this row, and next is Canadian. Okay. So now we come back to our code. Okay, with table interface controller in here. First of all, we have to get the data from this address to our code in here. You can grab some code in the client controller, which we already to make it a last lecture. Okay, I will copy. You can see here is client controller, and I will copy the code which get our data to this table view. Okay, before we set the number of row, and we paste it to here. Now we have to fix it, to check and fix it. Suppose when we want to get the data, we have to make an URL with string is the address of web address in here. Okay, next we create a task with an URL session with completion handle, and inside of that we will get the data and encoding that to content. And after that, we have to separate the content into array. Now, first of all, we have to make the content array in here, and we remove the first element of this content array and change the last element to the first. Okay, and remove the last. We do this because as you see here, we have the last element is $, and I want it to the first. Okay, and I can remove the first element here and change it by the last. Okay, after that we remove the last element because we already changed the last element come to the first, and this element is not needed anymore. Okay, now I think we will comment it, and first of all we will check our content array. Okay, now we run and check, and see, you can see here now we have the first element in here. Okay, we have this element here, and now I think we will insert the currency name to this row. Okay, so I think we will separate each element to one string, and we separate one string, this string, to separate another element in here and put it to an array. Okay, now I will make another function equal this to the data filter. You can call this data filter, and we insert our content array in here. Our array is about the string array. As you can see here, our content array is like a string. Okay, so I think I will make a function in here. It's like string array. Okay, So first of all, I will check to print out the content array. And in here, in step of we print out, we can make cell data filter content array. Okay, now we done, and we have the same result in here. Okay, now we can see here it's the same, and now I think we have to separate this content array to another array. Okay, we can make for var I equal to 0, I smaller than content array dot count I plus plus. Okay, for each element in this array, we have to separate it to another array. Do you remember how to do that? We can make a temp array, and this is the content array index I. Okay, for example, when we get a first element in here, you can see here into here. This is our first array, and we separate it by the quote, similar like we do on the Blend controller, like here, similar. Okay, I will separate it. So first of all, I will convert it to string and component, separate by string, and we have to use a slash because we want to separate it by quote. Okay, and now you can see here's currency name. If we separate it by the quote in here, this is the first element, number 0 here, number 1, here's number 2, and here's number 3. Okay, so we can insert this inside one array. Okay, so I have to create a new array to save on the currency name. Okay, I make a currency name array, and it's absolutely a string, and after that in here, after that in this data filter, you can easily select in here, you can see, or when we want to check something in here, we can select in here. I can come back to data filter in here. Okay, now we use the third element of temp array, so sells our currency name array. Now we insert this element to currency name array, which is temp array number 3. Okay, so our cell currency name array will append all of this element: Canadian dollar, US dollar, Australia dollar, Swiss franc. Okay, now we have to check. After that, we will print out currency name array is now we have to check. You see now currency name array is US dollar, is the first in here. Next is Australia dollar. Okay, Canadian dollar. Okay, now we have the currency name array, and now I think we will change the name above, the name label in here. Okay, before that we have to set number of row depend on our currency name array dot count. You can see here sales currency name array count, that is return a number of currency name array, number element. and here it's the same currency name array count. And for x here, first of all I want to change it to the currency name array and number I. Okay, element I. Now we have to check. Oh, our table view is nothing. Why? First of all, I think we have to check the count of this currency name array. Okay, now you can check. Here's output is nothing, and you can see currency name array is 0, and you can see is the first line, the output is come out first. Why? Because you can see here this is with completion handle, and when we do inside of this, so maybe this code outside of this just completion handle can run before this. So I think we have to insert this table inside the completion handle here. And in this here we have to use cell. Now we run again. You can see our table view is loading. Yes, it's loading. Yeah, it's perfect. Okay, so I think this font size is too big, and I think I don't like this dot in here, so I come back to our interface. I can change this to smaller and change the font size. System mode. I can change this to 14 or 12, and you can see because in here we have some dot, so we can choose the line is 0. Okay, now check again. Yeah, it's correct. It's automatic, make it into line from Earth. Okay, you see here, it's perfect. Now our job is once again we have to change the image in the first. Okay, to change the image, you can see here, I think when the currency code in here, for example currency code USD, for example if I think we will insert this currency code to one array. My image will come to usd.png or cad.png, something like that in here. So when we get all of this currency code to one array, and if we want to insert image in here, we can clone this element with png inside here. Okay, so I already prepare some image for you. You can see here currency name. For example, I already make Australia dollar, Canada dollars, or we can see shape euro in here. I prepare for that. Okay, you can see here every image I make choose PNG, because if you can see it's on our image cache, we are using coding to show the image on the interface, so we have to insert this here to this image cache. not in here. If we want to show the image on the interface to control in here, we have to insert to this. But when we want to control on the code, we have to insert the image inside the image cassette in here. Okay. This currency image I will zip and upload. If you can download to your project if you want. Okay. Now I will add this to our project. As you can see here, we have some Australia dollar, Canada dollar, check, and here. Okay. Now our job is we add this to new array. Okay. So first of all, for here, I can make a new array currency code array, and absolutely is with string array. Okay, and you can see here is number 0, number 1. So in here we will make more currency code array dot append. We insert number 1. Okay, now we have a number 1. Now you can check out for check currency code array is cell currency code array. Okay, I will check. Here you can see currency code array is now USD, Australia, CAD, CHF, something like that. Okay, so inside of here, inside of setting the image of currency image, instead of we are using logo VCV, we have to using the cell.currency code array number I. So let's check. You can see here okay. Now we have our interface, our table with image and the name that we get from our web. I think it's very easy. Okay, in next lecture I will help you to finish another interface. I will help you to finish. First of all, we will finish this. So when you click this row and come back here, okay, and we will see the detail about this currency exchange. Okay, see you in the next lecture.